Hello there YouTube, how's everyone doing today? I'm StrikeMaster381 here, and I'm here to give you a little NFL Week 8 pre-game thoughts, basically. Before we get started though, I do have to make a slight correction on a video I did last week, which was basically my post-game reaction. That's basically results of week 7. Because I did it at a time when a game was still going on. I did not have the results. I was correct as far as who won or lost, but I wanted to make the correction right now. And from week 7 on the Monday night game, Texans versus the Steelers. Steelers ended up winning 30 to 23. Therefore, the Steelers went to 4-3, and the Texans are now at 3-4. Just wanted to get that out of the way while it's still fresh in my mind, and before anyone tells me, "Hey, why didn't you mention anything about the Monday night game?" It was still ongoing at the time that I did the video. But as you know now I'm most likely gonna do like the current week lineup. So I see how this is week 8. I will do the week 8 lineup. I'll put in a couple of my thoughts on some of the games that I'm interested in. And then the video after will most likely end up being Monday nights now, so that I could give the Monday night games its chance to progress. And I'll attempt to try to do it after the game has ended, although if I do it before, I will make a side note that the game is not over yet, so it will be an early prediction basically. So without further ado, let's get to the week 8 lineup and my thoughts. Alright, now from Thursday, because it already happened, there was the Thursday night game, which most everyone already know already, but just in case for those who don't, it was the Chargers versus the Broncos. And the Broncos beat the Chargers 35 to 21. So the Broncos are now 6-1. They got 6 wins now. And the Chargers fall to 5-3, although they're still in a pretty good position to at least make wild card if anything. So that game already happened. Wanted to get that out as well. And just a quick thought. I think I'm gonna be calling these videos I see this is week 8. I'll start calling it like NFL week something lineup and predictions. So seeing how this is week 8, I'll probably put in the title now, NFL week 8 match lineups and my thoughts. Match lineups and predictions. Yeah, that sounds about right. Anyway, I'm deflating everything right now. Because you didn't come here to hear me ramble. You came here to hear the week 8 lineups. And I am not delivering it yet. Alright, so let's get to it. Alright, I already talked about the Thursday night game. Alright, so now there's obviously all the Sunday games. Now there's one in particular that is happening very early. And it is the Lions versus the Falcons. That game, oddly enough, is happening at 9:30 in the morning. For anyone who wants to see that game, or anyone who wants to get up early to actually watch one of these two teams battle out. Now, the reasons for that is because they are playing in Wembley Stadium. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, so please forgive me. Anyone who's from England, please forgive me. You can correct me, but please forgive me. Wembley Stadium, and that's in London, England. So because they're starting, well, because of the time difference, basically the game gets aired at 9:30 where I'm at. So that's New York time, Eastern Standard Time. So where I'm at, it's 9:30. Probably like say in LA, it will be at say 6:30. But again, check your local listings if anything. But for anyone who lives in my part of the time zone, which is New York, North Carolina, South Carolina, Pennsylvania, and all that, 9:30 is the start time for that game, the Lions versus the Falcons. So if you want to see that game, make sure you get up extra early for that. But anyway, Lions are going in 5-2, Falcons going in 2-5. Yes, Falcons with a losing record. And because I don't want to take too much time on this, I'm going to roll through the lineups as quickly as I can. Okay, now for the 1 o'clock games. There's the 4-3 Bills versus the 1-6 Jets. Damn Jets. The 5-2 Ravens versus the 3-2-1 Bengals. Yes, they have a draw in there. Seahawks, who have lost, I'm not sure if it's 3 straight. I know it's 2 straight for sure. Seahawks 3-3 versus the 3-1 Panthers. The 3-4 Bears versus the 5-2 Patriots. And then there's also the 3-4 Texans, which I mentioned earlier in the video, versus the 2-5 Titans. Now, and then there's the Dolphins, who are at 3-3 versus the 1-6 Jaguars. Then the 2-4 Rams versus the Chiefs, who are at 3-3. And then the final 1 o'clock game matchup will be the 2-5 Vikings versus the 1-5 Buccaneers. Now the 4:05 game. Hold on. I apologize that I heard something and it was distracting me for a bit, but I'm back now. Anywho, the 4:05 game, because that's the first early one in the 4 o'clock, will be the 5-1 Eagles versus the 5-1 Cardinals, which means one of those teams will go to 6-1. Yes. The 4:25 games, the winless 0-6 Raiders will try to finally get their first win against the 3-3 Browns. We'll see how that happens. And then the 5-2 Colts versus the 4-3 Steelers. I mentioned the Steelers earlier. And then the Sunday night game that's on NBC at 8:30. Kickoff's probably around 8:40. But at 8:30, the match that you should probably have circled in is the 5-2 Packers versus the 2-4 Saints at the Superdome. Saints being undefeated at home versus a Packers team that has won literally 4 straight games in a row, and Aaron Rodgers is on fire. He's on fire. And then the Monday night game, which is also at 8:30, kickoff probably around 8:40, will be, and it's an important one in the NFC East, will be the 2-5 Redskins versus the 6-1, that's right, you heard me, 6-1 Cowboys. Wow. Now that is a jam-packed week 8. Now notice I have not mentioned the, well, obviously the Chargers probably I'm not going to mention. You notice I did not mention the Giants because they are on a bye week, I believe. Yeah, the Giants are on a bye week. Or at least I don't think I'm in the Giants, yeah. The Giants are on their bye week. They get a light bye. And the Jets are coming back from a bye week. Let's see how that happens. So, the matchups to look out for. Well, you already heard one of them, but For anyone who's a Jet fan, I'd say Jets really need a win to survive. They really do. Being 1-6, not gonna do anything. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs, but they gotta at least do something. All the games are pretty good. I'm running short on video space here, so I'm gonna make this as quickly as I possibly can. The match I think would be a really good one would probably be the Eagles and the Cardinals, both 5-1. Both quarterbacks doing pretty well. Teams are doing pretty well. That's definitely gonna be run team versus run team with pass versus pass. They're both about 50-50 on that. And then I would say that most likely Colts and Steelers, that will pretty much be a good game. I think that will end up being a shootout, that one. I really do. And then obviously I mentioned the Packers and Saints, 8:30 this Sunday night, NBC. Well, 8:30 in my time zone, obviously. A little conflict for me because I would like someone to finally beat the Saints at home, but then I don't want it to be Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. And then the 8:30 game on Monday, Redskins must win that one if they want to stand a chance of even making the playoffs against the Cowboys. And if the Cowboys end up winning that one, Redskins are basically out. If the Redskins end up winning it, then that basically gives everyone in the NFC East a chance at this point. And with the Eagles basically tied with them at the moment, it's gonna be a tight race if it's just the Eagles and Cowboys. So alright, there goes my Week 8 lineup and some of my thoughts of the games of the upcoming games. So basically, I want to end this video off by asking you, the viewers, which games are you looking forward to seeing, and which teams you're rooting for? Are you gonna get up early for that 9:30 game in London that's happening in London? Are you happy with how your team's progressing? Are you sad that your team is kind of on a losing streak or has a losing record? You know, let me know in the comments below, and I guess that's gonna do it for me today. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and on top of that, everyone have a pleasant night or day depending on when you're watching this video. I will see you next time.